open season.
What's going on, guys? It's D-Ben. I hope y'all have a blessed day today. And if you enjoy having open conversation to your favorite season, come on out. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That being said, here we go. When is the NBA ever going to learn that a super team is not required to win a championship? And I'm specifically talking about these Phoenix Suns. So first, they trade for Kevin Durant in February and lose key pieces in Mikal Bridges and Cameron Johnson. Solid defenders, especially Mikal Bridges, who was trailing Marcus Smart in Defensive Player of the Year votes. Added to the fact that they lost 4 first-round draft picks, and despite this, they went on to lose to the eventual champs, the Denver Nuggets, in the Western Conference Semis. Now, why is that? Well, that's very simple. They didn't have enough time to build chemistry between their stars of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Chris Paul. On top of that, Chris Paul gets injured in Game 2. So what does Phoenix do? Well, they fire Coach Monty Williams after they get eliminated by the Denver Nuggets, the same guy that elevated the Suns to prominence. Would you look at that? Then they finally trade for Bradley Beal, another all-star player. In doing so, they give up Landry Shamet, a respectable player. We've seen what he's done with the Suns here and there. And yeah, that's right, Chris Paul, as well as multiple second-round draft pick, as they didn't have any more first-round draft pick because they got Kevin Durant. They're literally giving their future away with all those draft picks to buy a championship. I guess they're taking notes from the Los Angeles Rams and are adopting the forget the picks mantra. Let's hope this equates to a championship like it did for the Rams, or otherwise they'll become what the Rams are now, and that's not good. My thing is, there's more joy when you build a championship team. I mean this through the draft or by simply adding key pieces, not totally revamping your team and ending up with a new roster. And it's not like we haven't seen this formula of building a championship team work before. The Toronto Raptors traded for Kawhi Leonard in exchange for DeMar DeRozan and other pieces, though they kept the core pieces in Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, and OG Anunoby, and added guys like Danny Green alongside Kawhi Leonard, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, and even Jeremy Lin to go on to win the 2019 NBA championship. Now, the Lakers were a bit tricky since they did trade for Anthony Davis and lost guys like Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Josh Hart. But they found good replacement in guys like Dennis Schroeder, Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And they were able to keep their key guys in Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, and Talen Horton-Tucker. They even added the crucial addition of J.R. Smith to win that bubble championship in 2020. Continuing with the Milwaukee Bucks, they already had their core guys, and obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Brook Lopez, and even guys like Pat Connaughton and Dante DiVincenzo. They simply add guys like PJ Tucker and Jrue Holiday. Boom, 2021 NBA champs. Now the Warriors, like, come on. They've been the OG at this with their big three of Steph, Klay, and Draymond, who were all drafted and developed by Golden State. Shout out to Mark Jackson. All they did is develop a guy like Jordan Poole, add Wiggins, GP3, draft very well, boom, 2022 NBA champs. And finally, we got the reigning NBA champions in the Denver Nuggets. And like the Warriors, they drafted their key guys in Jokic, Murray, Porter Jr., and even Christian Brown, who was a key piece in this playoffs. With that, they add an integral piece in Aaron Gordon, a KCP, yet again, a Bruce Brown. Bang, you already know. I truly don't know why more teams aren't following this blueprint. It works. and it allows for a more sustainable level of success. For instance, Beal to Miami would have been a far better fit. For starters, they've just made it to the finals, and guess what they were missing? A guy like Bradley Beal, someone that can create his own shot, and Beal does that at a very high level. Now don't get me wrong, Tyler Hero is good, but Bradley Beal, he's different, a certified bucket getter. We've seen him average 30, scoring champion. Anyways, the Heat could have gotten him for a steal, as did the Sun, therefore retaining their valuable assets. Unlike the Phoenix Suns, they would have had a rotation, second unit guys, and truly be able to contend for a championship. And I know Bradley Beal had a no trade clause in his contract, meaning he could have denied this trade from happening. Though, if he knew better, he'd agree to this trade. And speaking of having a no trade clause in his contract, Bradley Beal signed a max extension contract with the Washington Wizards last summer. Kevin Durant signed his max extension contract with the Brooklyn Nets 2 summers ago. And Devin Booker signed his supermax extension contract with the Phoenix Suns last summer. Sheesh! You talk about having to buy a championship. These Phoenix Suns ain't fooling around. They're saying this owner is being aggressive. Yes, he is. So yeah, call them a super team. But from what I'm hearing with this new collective bargaining agreement, making it tough on teams to possess 3 max contract players, we're gonna have to see how this plays out. Thing is, yeah, they're a very expensive super team, but what are they going to put around them? Mid-level exception guys, veteran minimum. What are we talking about? Gonna have to see this one go.